one round of the college football playoff is complete, and we head off to the quarterfinals this week. What an exciting first round it was last week. As we get a step closer to determining the 2025 champion. Welcome to the VRBO Fiesta Bowl here in Glendale, Arizona. So back in the first round of the college football playoff, those games were played on the campuses, so with the higher seed hosting. Now, the higher seed still host these games, but these games are the alternate stadiums. So, that means both teams are technically on the road, but the higher seed still hosts. So we got the number 1 seeded High Point taking on the number 9 seed Louisville here in this VRBO Fiesta Bowl. Before we get into that, let's give you a recap of the first round. And what a first round it was. It kicked off with Western Kentucky taking on UCLA in Bowling Green. Western Kentucky won that one 36-14. Louisville at home. Louisville on the road got the win over UAB 36-10. At home, Michigan prevailed to a 21-7 win over Notre Dame. And then UCF at home beat East Carolina 31-23 and moved on. So let's talk about the matchup. So this matchup, obviously, you already know. But in the Capital One Orange Bowl, it is San Jose State, the 4 seed, one of the 4 teams that received the first round bye, taking on Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky, that big win over UCLA in the first round. Then we got the Cotton Bowl between Central Michigan, another team that received a first round bye, taking on Michigan. And then we got the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl here in the quarterfinals. That is Georgia, another team that got the first round bye, taking on UCF. UCF had that outstanding win 31-23 in the first round. We'll have to see how they are able to turn things around. But meanwhile, let's get this game kicked off. So these Panthers were red hot at the end of the season, and off we go. And just like the first college football playoff game, this one starts with a flag. So Xavier Jarvis will go to work, and these Panthers, like we said, they've been hot all season long. They went 9-0 during the regular season, and then they got the conference win over Saginaw Valley. So they're 10-0 on the season, and it's been a great season for their sophomore quarterback. Their running back, Tyson's had a great season too. He takes the handoff. Rushes for a gain of 2. So the Panthers are the 1 seed. Last season, the 4 teams that received the first round bye went 2-2. So 2 wins, 2 losses in the quarterfinal round. And look at that catch and run. Nice play there. Takes the snap, fires, breaking 1 tackle, and then brought down 3rd and inches. And the Panthers are drawing closer. First and goal, here's Jarvis. Takes the snap, fires, looking, and did he get a no? They're saying no, he did not. Just a yard short of the touchdown. Hand it off. Tyson. Brayton tackles and gets in for the touchdown. And the Panthers receive the kickoff after it went out of bounds and to go right down the field and score the first touchdown on the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Keontae Tyson, look at that. Breaking the tackle, then switching to the left and getting in for the score. Extra point is good, makes it 7-0. And with 6:32 to go in the first, it's 7-0. The HPU Panthers on top in the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. The Panthers went down the field, scored the first touchdown of the game. They lead it 7-0. Here's the kickoff. And now Louisville will try to match what they just saw. Perfect season for Louisville. They went 9-0 during the regular season. Got the conference championship win over Pitt. And then they got the first round win over UAB on the road. And now this is back-to-back weeks of having to play on the road because anybody that has the first round bye plays the lowest remaining seed. And since Louisville was the 9th seed and they were the only seed lower than 6, they had to travel here to take on High Point, as that's a first down for the Cardinals. Right up the middle. Isaac Brown, and he put on a show in the national championship last season. Isaac Brown, what a season it was for him and these Cardinals. They obviously won the title last season, as that's another first down. And they were fun fact, they were the only team to not just return a punt for a touchdown, as that's a touchdown for Louisville, but a punt for a touchdown in the national championship. But they were the only team to have returned a punt in the history of the league, as this season we haven't saw one of those yet. Up and good, and now we're tied at 7 with 4:04 to play in the opening quarter. This might be a good game. Defending national champion, ACC champion, up against the defending newly established Title Coast Conference champion. Both these schools undefeated, not just the regular season, but in their conference championship game, respectively. Now, Louisville does have momentum, though, because they had to play in the first round. The Panthers haven't played since that conference championship game, so they've had about 2 months to prepare for this game. But still, Louisville is going to have more momentum, so they got to show up and play here. And Tyson and this crew, so far, doing a solid job. Who knows? We might get an overtime game. We've never had a game go to overtime in the college football playoff before. But there is a first time for everything, and I think that was an incomplete pass. It was. So, 4th and short. We'll see what Louisville High Point does. Now, they've been notorious for going for it on 4th down. And statistics say 4th and 5 or less, go for it. And that looks like that's what they're going to do. Got to get 5 yards to keep the drive alive, and he caught it for the first down. Catch and run there, first down. It's going to be a first down. Had to get that one off in time and did. Well, as you all know, as that's a gain of 1, State Farm Stadium doesn't just host the VRBO Fiesta Bowl, it also hosts Arizona Cardinals games, and just to avoid scheduling conflicts, the divisional round playoff game for the Arizona Cardinals, since they did win the wild card round and make it to the next round, that will be held on Monday evening right here in State Farm Stadium. So keep that in mind. And he stopped, and Louisville takes over on downs. Great job from Louisville there to get the stop on 4th down. And the Panthers turn it over on downs. Here's the Cardinals now. Comeback route. He got it. But it's going to turn into 2nd and inches. And that should expire the first quarter of play. Might get one more play off if we get lucky. It looks like we're gonna. That's a 1st down. Oh, the ball! It flipped up! And Louisville's quarterback was able to jump on it. But after 1, all tied up at 7. Hey, don't go anywhere. You're watching the VRBO Fiesta Bowl for the college football playoff quarterfinal here on Fox 2 TV. Welcome back to the VRBO Fiesta Bowl here on Fox Tube TV. Coming up after this, an all-new episode of GTA 5 On Patrol Live, as they get it off before the violation, and that'll be 4th and 15. So yeah, it's a busy week for Fox Tube TV here, as we got the college football playoff games, we got NFL playoff games, NASCAR from Atlanta, aka Echo Park Speedway, as it'll be 1st down and 10, High Point at their own 44. So yeah, it's a busy weekend for Fox Tube TV. Takes the snap, fires, 1st down. Got it off, but he dropped it. 2nd and 10. Dumps it off to his tight end. 1st down and more. Look at that catch. Nice catch by Maverick Ross. Definitely the player of the game in that conference championship matchup a couple months ago. He was one of the players of the game because quarterback Xavier Jarvis went off that game too. So quarterback and tight end combo were the players of that game. And fun fact, Xavier Jarvis was the only player to throw for over, and that's a touchdown! The only player to throw over 800 yards in that game, though. Maverick Ross, the tight end, nice throw, nice play there. So they do what they did on their first drive and go right down the field and score after turning it over on downs the last drive and then forcing a punt. And they now lead 14-7. Here's the kickoff. Oh, he got flipped over. Takes the snap, looking, fires, passes, caught. Another pass caught, another 1st down. Pass caught, first down. Down, oh, he fumbled the ball, and the Panthers jumped on it. And that is why these guys have been able to go undefeated and have won these games by as much as they did. They have not scored under 40 points in all of their games all season long. There's the catch by Lacey. Spins out of the tackle. Gets knocked down there, though. So, very unfortunate ending for the Cardinals, but thankfully, High Point's deep on their own side of the field. Tyson loses a yard there. Our next break will be at the 2-minute warning, so we will be playing football until the 2-minute warning. There's a catch and run. Nice job there by Xavier Jarvis. Plenty of time to throw it, too. He might have even had time to set up his Christmas tree long before he should back there. Jarvis looking incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. 4:28 to play in the half. Takes the snap, fires, he's got him. Smith again, over the middle, 3rd and 6. Looking to extend the drive here. Dumps it off to his halfback, who just dives for the first down. Smart play there. Avoid a big hit, just dive for it. Get that first down. Jarvis gonna dump it off to his halfback again. Oh, that was hit. So it's incomplete. Takes the snap, looking, fires, he's got Richmond. Louisville hoping they can force a stop or block a kick or get a turnover. You don't want to go down 14, but if you are going to go down 14, you'd rather it be early than late. And that's a sack there. And I believe that brings us to the 2-minute warning. It does. So 2 minutes to go here. And we're going to grab a 30-second break. Welcome back to the VRBO Fiesta Bowl here on FoxTube TV. The college football playoff quarterfinal continues tomorrow at midnight Eastern Standard Time right here on FoxTube TV. So after that new episode of GTA 5 on Patrol Live, it is San Jose State hosting Western Kentucky in the Capital One Orange Bowl. Coverage of that midnight right here on FoxTube TV, as that's 4th and 13. They force a punt, so good job by them. And then on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on NBS TV, it is the Cotton Bowl. Central Michigan hosts Michigan in that one. And then Monday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on FoxTube TV to close out the quarterfinal. Georgia hosts UCF in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Pass is caught for the first down. And then the NFL divisional round. Tomorrow the Chiefs host the Broncos right here on FoxTube TV at 6 p.m. Eastern, or 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Monday the Cardinals host the Cowboys 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on NBS TV right here in their own stadium. And the Lions will host the Panthers tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Fox Tube TV. So busy football schedule as we get close to crowning champions in both college and professional level. And there's a nice catch and run. And Louisville's going to use a timeout here, and that's smart. Try to tie this game up at the half. Forced a stop after it looked like High Point was going to go up by 14. .63 seconds. Time for one more play, then I'd call another timeout. Got it off just in time, and they call the timeout. I'm thinking you try to go to end zone here. Here's Moss. Looking, fires. And they're going to have to use their last timeout. That means they're going to have to get it into the end zone. First and goal. Opponent 9. Looking to tie it up. And they're going to score the touchdown. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying this one up with 37 seconds left in the half. Extra point is good, so we're all tied up at 14. Here's the kick. Oh! That's going to be a penalty. That's the second time that's happened tonight. That's coming out to the opponent 35. Or their own 35, correction. Or no, the 41. Got it wrong again. 41 yard line. So this is going to give the Panthers a shot to maybe go up 3 more. Or go up 3. Heading into the half. Timeout there. And they're going to call another timeout. Now you want to get this into field goal range. At least. And they're going to call their last timeout. Back of the end zone. Flag on the play. For the moment, it's intercepted. It's defensive PI. Gotta get in. He does. Tyson touchdown. With 8 seconds left in the half. What a drive that was. They are an extra point away from going up 21-14 at the half. Extra point is knocked through and good. So Louisville eight seconds. Signals a fair catch. Now they get the ball to start the second half. They could just take a knee here, but it looks like Moss and company wants to go for something here. He's going to go down for a sack, and that's how the half's going to end. So 21-7. Or 21-14, correction, at half here in the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. Don't go anywhere. We're back after this. Coach, take it away. Thank you, Coach, and we're excited to welcome everyone back here for quarter number 3 here in the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. What a college football playoff it's been so far. We had the first round last week, thriller games. We got a thriller matchup in this one as the Panthers going to kick this ball off as the Cardinals get it to start the second half. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line is where the Cardinals get it to start this second half. And great job out of both offenses. And he goes down for a sack. But great job out of both offenses that first half. And we'll have to see what they can do the second half. I think this game has potential to go to overtime. The Cards have showed up to play football here tonight. 3rd down and 6 now after the catch. Going for Lacey. He had the fumble last time. Room to run. Lacey. Goodbye. Touchdown, Louisville. And they are an extra point away from tying this one right back up. Colleen Lacey, look at that, had the fumble last time and redeems himself for it with a nice catch and the run all the way to the house for 6.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
Extra point is up and good. This game is tied at 21. And now the Panthers will be trying to score again. Fires. It is caught by Richmond. And a nice catch and run by him. 2 big catches and runs. Just Richmond's didn't go for a touchdown. And off. Tyson up the middle. Tyson breaking tackles and going down. Look at that run right there by Tyson. Just incredible. Tyson can't get anywhere this time. 2nd and goal. Xavier Jarvis rolling out of the pocket, using his legs and getting the touchdown. This game is a thriller. All season long, it was HPU blowing teams out. They got a contest here. And keep in mind, they have not scored under 40 points all season long. So if they score less than 40 in this game, what do we think is going to happen? As this is the kickoff. And now the Cardinals will be trying to do the exact same thing and keep this game tied. This game might be decided in overtime, and like I mentioned before, that would be the first time in history of this league, at least, that it has gone to overtime. That's a sack. Remember, they started with a sack last time too, though. Then had a nice big play there. Makes the handoff and can't get it off fast enough. That's incomplete. This time he gets it off. 4th and 16. Do you risk it and go for it? They're going to risk it here. Got to get 16 yards, correction. And they can't get it. He's hit as he throws it. And now they got to play defense. I would be committed to only giving up a, never mind, touchdown, high point. I was going to say I'd be committed to only giving up a field goal here. But instead, they give up a touchdown. And for the first time tonight, we've had a team lead by 14, but right now 13 pending the extra point. Which is good, so now it's a 14-point lead. The Panthers had an opportunity to go up 21-7 early in the game, and then a turnover on downs. Allowed the Cardinals to make it 14-14. So now the Cardinals got some work to do. Not only do they have to score, but they also have to get a stop and score again to tie the game back up. Luckily for them, plenty of time to do that. Just take your time with the ball. And I imagine that they probably won't be going for it on 4th down anytime soon after that unfortunate ending to that drive. There's a catch and run for a first down. Got it off. Plenty of time left. The tight end inside the 30. And despite the turnover on downs, both teams have a turnover on downs. But, knock on wood, no turnovers other than that. Oh, the switcheroo. Doesn't go for a first down, but that was a sweet play right there. Making him think he's going to run right, then spinning around. It's like, nope, never mind. I'm going to run left. Oh, I don't think they were ready for that. That's a sack. Somebody was not ready. It looked like he was trying to hand it off, and then he just didn't. And then instead got the sack, and that'll be 4th and 1. Now, you could take the field goal, but this is where I would say go ahead and go for it. You're down 2 scores. In the worst that can happen is and that's a first down. We were going to say the worst that can happen is you give the ball back to the Panthers and put them deep in their own side of the field. But remember what happened last time they did that. The Panthers went all the way down and scored. So pretty good that they were able to pick up that first down there and continue this drive. And they continue their journey here. Hopefully it ends in the end zone. Incomplete hit as he threw it. Back to them going for it on 4th down instead of taking the field goal. I respect that. You know, listen, plenty of time to play football, but realizing, you know, hey, we're down 2 scores. We need a touchdown here. Let's get a touchdown, and then we can worry about kicking field goals after we tie the game, you know. So, what's up, Aiden? So much respect out of Louisville for deciding we're going to stand our ground, and we're going to go for this on 4th down. That last pass incomplete. So clock stops at 49 seconds. Can he get in? He cannot. It's 3rd and goal. I'm thinking run a QB sneak here. It should work. 3rd and goal. Gotta have it, and they get it. Touchdown. Louisville. So trying to make it a 1-score game again. Heading into the 4th quarter. Game had been tied up. Really, except for halftime. It was 21-14. Panthers at half. Then it was 28-21 Panthers, and then a turnover on downs by the Cardinals 2 possessions ago. Gave them 35. And now they get the ball back after Louisville scores. So now Louisville's got to play some defense here. Play some defense, and then you need a touchdown on offense. Swatted away, incomplete. Nice job by the defense that time. Xavier is going to fire it to his halfback. Oh, he ran out of bounds, though. That had a potential to be a good play. It's 3rd and 14. Last time Xavier Jarvis hit his halfback with a route like that, they ended up in the end zone. And I just think it was Tyson, you know, he just misjudged where he was at, as there'll be 4th down and 12 when we come back. But after 3, 28-35, Panthers lead it, but they're going to have to punt. Back in a few. Welcome back to the VRBO Fiesta Bowl for the college football playoff. Quarterfinal round. The Panthers have to punt. Great job by Louisville on the stop. Now they get the ball back with a shot to tie this game back up, and it's in excellent field position already. Already on their own, or already in enemy territory. So now all they got to do is execute. Oh, overthrew his receiver, though. That's not, you don't want to be doing that. Gotta be careful the way you throw this football. One bad play, it might end up in a black and purple jersey's hands instead of a white and red jersey's hands. That's a 1st down, breaking tackles, and then quickly brought down after. How about that play right there? That was hurry. And I can say he hurried all right. What a play. That's swatted down and incomplete. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to set myself up to potentially go for this on 4th down. And they might say, why would you go for it on 4th down? Just kick the field goal. You know, it'd put you down 4, then you'd be up 3 if you got a touchdown. Hey, listen, I would respect a field goal decision, but I'm telling you right now, if I'm Louisville down 7, why don't we focus on tying the game before we take field goals? Because the worst that can happen, because if you miss that field goal, then it's still a 7-point game. Whereas if you find the end zone and make an extra point, the worst that happens is there's overtime as a result of a tie. As that's caught for the 1st down on the little juke route there. And just a reminder, coming up after this, an all-new episode of GTA 5 On Patrol Live right here on Fox Tube TV. That'll be after the game concludes, rather it's in regulation or overtime. The Cardinals chewing a lot of clock here. Dumps it off to the halfback. Can he get in? He cannot. Denied. This college football playoff game is a thriller. The other ones were thrillers watching them play on campuses a week ago. But I'm telling you what, this VRBO Fiesta Bowl is a thriller. And there's a touchdown. It was 35-21. And now it's about to be 35-35 if he can make this extra point. Louisville fans, count on your kicker because it is good. With 6:49 to play, and we're going to grab a quick 10-second break. All right, that probably was not 10 seconds, but you know what? Oh, well. 6:49 to play in regulation here in the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. And after turning it over on downs and allowing the Panthers to go up 35-21, 2 straight drives and scoring a touchdown for the Cardinals after a defensive stop. And now, the 1-seed Panthers are hoping to put some pressure on these guys. Incomplete. Xavier Jarvis gets it off, and that's a first down. Now, you got to be prepared because these Panthers are going to chew clock. That's what they've done a lot this season. Chew clock, and that's what allowed them to beat their opponents by so much in these games. Tyson reaching for the first down, can't get it. Louisville has an injury to Wesley Bailey, number 23 on the defense. So the clock will stop, and that, honestly, that's not good for Louisville, but at the same time, it kind of is. And the reason why it kind of is because it stops the clock, right? The injury itself isn't good. Obviously, we don't wish injury on players, but any clock stoppage is going to help these Cardinals because while the game's tied right now, it stops the Panthers from just running the clock out and kicking a field goal or scoring a touchdown and winning. It stalls them from being able to do that for a little while, as that's incomplete. And then, you know, if you're Louisville, incomplete, you then got to score quickly too. Otherwise, you know, you run out of time if they chew too much clock. Short passes. Chewing a lot of clock. Good news for Louisville, unless if the Panthers have the ball during it, as they still got the 2-minute warning. That's a sack. Oh, that was 4th down! And the Cardinals have the football in excellent field position. Now this is a time where you can maybe go for that field goal if you're unable to convert on 3rd down. Of course, we mentioned Louisville's got the momentum with them right now. Intercepted. That's the first turnover of the game. And now, if you're the Cardinals, this is where you're hoping you get a stop because you might not have enough time to get it back downfield where you had it. And they know the Panthers are going to try to chew clock. That's what they've done all season long. As we reach the 2-minute warning, all tied up at 35. Tyson staying in bounds. They're hoping they can run these guys out of time or force them to miss a field goal. Hurdles, and it'll be 2nd and inches. And you can see High Point not necessarily hurrying here. You don't have to hurry because the worst that happens, like I said, we go to overtime. It's not like they're down 7, you know, with over 70 seconds to go in regulation. And they're in a must-score position, because they're not. So, you know, I respect them. Oh, that's incomplete, though. I respect them for taking it a little slower here, but, I mean, you know, you had the potential for a game winner, so you gotta think about that, too. And now they just gotta stop the Cardinals from getting a game winner. "51 seconds away from overtime. Can they force it?" Players quick pass to the right there, incomplete. Both defenses are starting to build momentum now. They've been playing each other for 4 quarters, and whoa, what was that? That did not look like that felt very good from up here in the booth. 3rd and 8. More than likely, this will expire the 4th quarter after this play. Ends up at a sack, and that is where we end up going to overtime, folks. And they're not even going to snap the ball. They're just going to let the clock run out. So we're gonna get some overtime here, folks. One of these teams will score over 40 points. Here's the overtime rules. Coin toss for field offense, defense, or end of the field. Each team gets possession from the opponent 25-yard line. First 2 overtimes. And then in the 3rd overtime, or in the 2nd overtime, if you score a touchdown, you must go for a 2-point try. And if both teams convert a 2-point try after scoring a touchdown, then we go to a 3rd overtime, which then means all touchdowns are only worth 2 points until a winner is declared. All right, so Louisville won the toss. They elected to play defense first. Oh, also, a turnover, and Louisville can win it. If the Panthers score here and Louisville turns it over, then the Panthers win it. So this is where the game starts to get more intense. You don't see a timer counting down now. You don't have to worry about running out of time. You have to worry about running out of plays, and that's not a great start for Panthers, as you see 2 straight incompletions there. Xavier Jarvis throws an interception. And we're going to go to a 2nd overtime. It's caught at the 10. The 1 seed is in danger unless if they can keep them out of the end zone. And really, they can win it with a field goal, too, so keep that in mind. Third and 15. Incomplete. And Louisville's going for the game winner to move on. Oh, they're going to fake it. He gets to the outside, but he's too slow. How about a fake field goal? I mean, one could argue, you know, you probably should go for the game winner there, but hey, I mean, they knew they were going to get the football back. I guess why not, right? Mess around a little. Out of bounds at the 11. Now, I could see them being this close, probably not going for the field goal if they get to fourth down. That was Isaac Brown on the carry, 2nd and 5. Panthers just trying to hang on and get the ball back. They come up with a sack there. We're already in the third overtime. Brown up the middle, 4th and 11. They could go for the 29-yarder, but they're going to leave the offense on the field. I think that this makes more sense. I'd go for the touchdown here, but if you don't get it, oh, that doesn't work. And it's a 4th overtime. But what we were saying is if you don't get it, then, you know, then that's a turnover on downs. And now the Panthers have an opportunity to win this one. So they do a fake field goal, knowing that they would get the ball, but they don't score on that next drive. And now the Panthers are just 8 yards away from winning it in the 4th overtime. Tyson fighting. Third and goal. So Xavier Jarvis, the first and only turnover of this game. And Richmond is going to win it for the Panthers, 41-35. And the Panthers have won the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. The defending national champions are out of the playoff. They finish with an 11-1 record, while the Panthers get to 11-0. The Panthers will head to Pasadena, California, and play in the Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential. And they will play the winner of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. So Louisville's fake to win it. Didn't work. They get the ball back with an opportunity to win it. And they fail to convert on 4th. And the Panthers win it in the 4th overtime. And with that, we say so long, everybody. Enjoy GTA 5 on Patrol Live. Coming up next, Panthers win it 41-35 in the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. Remember, 12 a.m., San Jose State takes on Western Kentucky in the Orange Bowl presented by Capital One.